Welcome to the 2025 Canadian International Auto Show. We check out the latest EV offerings for sale in Canada, but also dive in to where the marketplace is heading in terms of charging and models for sale. Let's get into it. Hello and good morning and welcome back to Simply Greg's Review. You join us at the 2025 Canadian International Auto Show here in Toronto, Ontario at the Convention Centre. I'm going to give you a whole tour of the show, but we're going to break it up into different segments because this place is absolutely massive. We're just standing behind this giant Polestar sign right now. We got the new Dodge Challenger EV. So that's here. We got pretty much every EV on the market. So we'll get into it. I'll give you a full tour of the show and we'll also film a few clips in the show. So we're not going to make this any longer than it has to be. So let's get into it. It is absolutely amazing and really cool. They have pretty much, I think, every EV available on the market in Canada. We got the Blazer, we got the Hummer, we have the Mercedes EQA, we have an XI, pretty much every electric vehicle, although some of those might be gas. I have my coffee in my hand. We took the train in and that was not fun. We arrived about an hour late, but that doesn't matter. We'll go over here. So we got Nissan Ariya, Volvo EX30, F-150 Lightning. Like I said, I think every EV in Canada is represented here at the show, and we have more over here. We'll give you the tour over here. Ioniq 5, Lucid Air, BMW i4, and of course the Fiat 500e, which, as you know on the channel, we also own a Fiat 500e. So just shout out, represent the 500e. Although I still think I should have got mine in white, but we got vetoed on that one. So we'll give you the whole tour of the show and we'll break everything up as we can here at the Canadian International Auto Show. Behind us is the new Jeep Wagoneer. That one just launched. But they have so many EVs here, I can't believe it. But also makes me a bit depressed, having done a few European shows, that we really don't have a lot of EV diversity here. And I don't think wearing a jacket today indoors with my backpack was the greatest idea. I'm dying of sweat. Which ones have we featured on the channel already? We've done, sorry, that's an EQA, not an an EQE, my mistake. So we've done the VF8 on the channel. We've done the RZ450E, which I think is possibly that actual car that we've driven. We have the Jeep back over here. Mini Countryman SE. The Mini dealer keeps trying to sell us one of those, but really expensive. I think $80,000 now with no rebates on it. A bit overpriced for what you get in terms of performance. So let's do the walk around tour. We're just in the media pen right now. We're just here in the media pen where we're doing all the test drives. Let's start the tour of the show. Like I said, I'll break it up into various segments because this place is just absolutely massive with the amount of vehicles here. So let's get into it again. All right, let's start the tour. So some stuff we've already featured on channel a lot. We'll just go through it. So behind us here is the Cadillac display. Let's go check out what Cadillac has on display. We'll flip the camera around. They're really taking their electrification seriously. They're launching a ton of new models. We saw the Escalade IQ back there. They have the Lyriq that's been out for a few years, and this is the 2026 Vistic. Let's have a look at what the Cadillac Vistic looks like. Guys, this Cadillac display here is absolutely wild. If you would have told me 10 or 15 years ago that Cadillac would be back in the game, I would have said you're absolutely crazy. But I was wrong, and they sure are back in the game. So this is the 2026 Cadillac Vistic, 615 horsepower, dual motor, all-wheel drive, the usual accoutrements for electric vehicles, crazy performance. This thing is really, really nice. You know, I'm not the biggest GM fan, but they just do these luxury SUVs so well. Nobody even touches them. The Escalade, the Vistic, they just done their luxury vehicles just so well. Look how nice it is in here. Look at this beautiful interior. Absolutely stunning here. We'll come back around. Yeah, I don't know about repair costs. I wouldn't want to break one of these lights these days. They're absolutely wild, the pricing, but that's absolutely beautiful, and I'm not a Cadillac fan at all. So we have the Optic. This is the first time seeing the Optic in person. This is more their, I believe it slots in under the Lyriq. Again, they look really, really good. They've really done something with their styling. Super, super cool. 300 horsepower, dual motor, all-wheel drive. Again, the usual EV specs. And again, these interiors are just so nice now. This is not the Cadillac from year 2000. Absolutely not. But what's interesting is they just make SUVs now, which I think is kind of boring. That's just kind of boring, all the SUVs. So again, this is the Optic. I wonder if we'll come back and do some featurettes on these. Let's see, push to start. Optic, 300 horsepower. I believe this is the same platform as Blazer, Equinox, their old Ultium platform, we should say. Again, another Optic finished in this reddish orange color. We have the Lyriq. The network architect would be happy that we finally featured a Lyriq on this channel. This is I believe this is the high performance version of the Lyriq, actually. Let's see. 2025 Lyriq as shown. Yeah, so this is the Lyriq Sport. Pretty cool. Again, looks great. I think we'll have one of these on the channel soon. We'll try to find one. Escalade IQ. I think I'd rather have this than a Rolls Royce. This is way nicer than any Rolls Royce, that's for sure. Super, super nice, super cool to see in person. And we have the usual, we have the CTS, we have the CT4, and we have the old Escalade. So we'll head out here from Cadillac. Maybe we'll come back and film something specific with one of the reps. So here's the Lincoln display, and the Cadillac display is there. These were fierce competitors, but I think Cadillac has pulled away into a different stratosphere of choice, but also quality and luxury. Lincoln, I don't know. Lincoln, to me, is sort of a dead brand these days. I don't know what Ford is doing with them, or if there's any new models in the pipeline, but look, it feels like they've been making these for 100 years already compared to Cadillac. So I just want to point that out. So let's see where else we can head to in here. I know I should really get a cameraman to film these things, but this was kind of a last minute coming down here to Toronto. Let's head over to Ford. I think at Ford we'll have the usual offerings at Ford. They just announced they're changing their whole electrification strategy. So let's see what we got here. So at the Ford display now we have the Mach-E Rally. So this is the facelifted one, actually. This is a 25 facelifted. So you have the heat pump and all that fun stuff. Finished in the super cool yellow lime color. It's on Michelin Cross Climates too, that's pretty cool. Standard Mach-E, we featured the Mach-E a lot on this channel already. Probably one of the most underrated, but one of the best EVs around. I don't really think people quite understand how good the Mach-E is as a product. Absolutely fantastic. We featured this on the channel a lot, but this is a 25. A couple additions, specifically a heat pump they added to it. And this is the Gregster spec over here, finished in beautiful green. Yeah, this is definitely the Gregster spec right here. Absolutely beautiful with the gold, with the flat bronze wheels, I should say. That's a beautiful, beautiful color. Of course, Mach-E GT, 81,000 Canadian dollars. That is really nice. That is really nice. What else do they got around here? Mustang GTD. I think we'll come back. We'll just do the tour now because there's no one really around. F-150 Lightning. This should be due for a refresh, I hope, soon. It's getting a bit long in tooth, so hopefully they'll do a refresh on this. I don't think we need any introduction on the F-150 Lightning. And I think that's it. We have the Mavericks over here. Let's go to Volvo and see what's happening at Volvo. Oh, awesome. There's a huge Bigfoot there. We'll go to Volvo. The EX30. We have not featured the EX30. This in the press fleet is very difficult to get a hold of. EX30. I keep telling people just how small these are. So think about something the size of like a Jeep Compass, or even that Avenger EV we had in the UK. Couple drive options: rear drive, all-wheel drive, a couple different battery sizes. Really nice interior. Although some of the reviews say the software hasn't been that great, so hopefully we'll have one on the channel soon and we'll get to pick through it. But I think it's quite nice. A bit of a weird steering wheel. You kind of have that Austin Princess look going on, where they put that square steering wheel. So that's pretty strange. Again, these just launched here. These just launched in Canada. What spec is this? It looks, I'm not even sure what spec this one is. So they start at 57, and this is equipped at 67,000. Rebates are currently suspended at the moment. New ZR1. I think the ZR1 is worth a mention. This car is absolutely batshit crazy. There's no other word for it. Only something from GM would be that insane. Again, Lincoln, not too sure what's going on there. Chevrolet. We do enjoy Chevys on the channel. I think they have the usual suspects out. We don't need to spend too much time at Chevy, as you're in your Allard. And you could talk about the war, the First World War. Blazer EV, RS, all-wheel drive. We've had this on the channel already. Not a huge fan of it. Again, another Blazer. I actually like the Equinox better. We've reviewed the Equinox. I prefer the Equinox. I think the Equinox drives better and looks better. But recently I did read that GM is suspending production of the internal combustion Blazer to only focus on Blazer EV. But what's wild here is the amount of EVs that they have on display. Just a few years ago, there was nothing here. Bright drop, short wheelbase, built just down the road. Silverado EV. I've not tested one on the channel. Don't know anyone with a Silverado EV. Well over 200 kilowatt hour battery pack in here. Actually, the battery pack in the Silverado EV weighs close to what my Fiat 500 weighs, so keep that in mind. But this thing is massive. This thing is way bigger than an F-150 Lightning, I'll tell you that. That's it for GM. We'll probably come back here. Actually, let's have a look at the Bright Drop van. So this is the short wheelbase version. They have a long wheelbase as well. Pretty cool in here. Pretty cool. Let's go have a look at the other side, see the driver display. Sorry. Let's get up inside the Bright Drop. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad place to be if you're delivering things. Super cool. And again, these are built in Canada. These are built down the road in Oshawa. And that'll be it for GM. This is all their outdoorsy lifestyle stuff. Another Silverado EV, Suburban. This is with a Z71 package. So this is all their lifestyle outdoorsy stuff. Looks pretty good though, looks pretty cool. Let's go see what Buick has. To be honest with you, I didn't even know that they were still selling Buicks. So this is a new one to me. I don't know what they're selling, but I don't think we need to waste too much time here. This could be one of those, that's the Avenir or the Enclave or whatever. We'll go to GMC. GMC is pretty much going to be a direct copy-paste of what Chevy was. They're big dually trucks. In fact, this is like up to my chest here. I wouldn't want to get hit if I were a pedestrian. Hummer EV. You know what? Let's go have a look at the Hummer EV. We have not seen the Hummer EV yet on the channel. This thing is massive, but they're kind of everywhere in Quebec. They've become really, really popular. That's the Denali. That's the Denali. So that's the Sierra. Hummer EV, very manly, very chunky in here. Still super cool. It's like, I like the idea of it, but I also don't like it from an efficiency perspective, because you can build 4 regular size cars for that same size battery pack in there. This is Sierra EV. Looks kind of better. It looks much nicer than the Silverado. What are these going for? 123,000 Canadian dollars. And I think prices are going to go up soon because we're going to get decimated with the exchange rates. So due to currency fluctuations, they're changing their pricing. Toyota. Hopefully I pronounced that right, because a lot of people on the channel are saying different things. Let's go see what they're up to here. They're still beating that dead hydrogen. They're still beating that dead hydrogen dog. So weirdly enough, this is probably only one or two hydrogen pumps, and one of them is here not working. I don't know why they're still wasting time on this nonsense. This is absolutely nonsense. This is the Mirai. This is their hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. For sale in limited markets, California is one of them, but you can't go outside of California with it because there's nowhere to fill up hydrogen, versus an EV where you can charge your car across the United States or across Canada. I don't know why they're still doing this. It's just so disappointing that they went down this weird, strange hydrogen road. BZ4X, we've had that on the channel, not bad, we enjoy that. Prius Prime, actually the Prius Prime plug-in hybrid is just here. We enjoyed this car. This car I actually really enjoyed. This was the surprising one. Polestar here. Polestar, as the Mercedes G-Wagon does its party piece, the 360 turns. First time seeing a Polestar here in Canada. So this is a Polestar 4, and they have the Polestar 3 as well. So I saw these in the UK at Everything Electric. Super cool. But what's really cool is this car does not have a rear window. It has a camera system as your rear window, but I always thought this element here, they could pop a rear window in. Looks good. Again, 100 kilowatt hour battery here. Here are the specs. Starting at 64,000 Canadian. Starting. Yeah. 100 kilowatt hour battery. I don't know if that's nominal or usable. Super nice interior. We all know that I do love nice cloth interiors, and this one handles that well. We'll go to Polestar 3 again, roughly the same. Featured this on the channel already. Very similar specs to the Polestar 4. We have the Polestar 2. Polestar 2 is getting a bit long in tooth as well, but probably still one of the best EVs around. Definitely one of the nicest driving ones. So I think that's going to be it from this side of the auto show. We'll cross over and we'll show you what's there. This is something I don't like about coming to this auto show sometimes, is the sheer amount of crisscrossing you have to do. So it's in a few buildings and you basically have to walk. So after what felt like a forever walk, you finally join us here at what I would assume to be the start of the show when you would come in from Front Street. We're at the Kia display. Let's see what they got here on display. Hopefully something interesting. Just arrived at Kia. They still got the EV6. We featured this. We actually did an Icelandic road trip with it. I thought more people would be interested in that. These, I believe they got refreshed, but I'm not too sure if this is the refresh one because it doesn't have the NACS port here. So there's no NACS port, only CCS. That's actually the refreshed EV6 over here with the proper with the charging port on the proper side. Kia EV5, I don't know why that's locked up. That's only going to be for sale in Canada. They are going to sell an absolute metric ton of EV5s. We'll just come around here. These are all their gas models. But yeah, the EV5 is absolutely going to sell out like crazy. I wish they had more specs on it. Like I said, I don't know why it's up there. Actually, hold on, there's a little tablet here. Let's go see what the specs on the EV5 are. Here, the EV5 coming in 2026. The EV5 will redefine the largest SUV segment in Canada. Okay. Integrated displays. Yes, the photos are nice, but how come it's not open? Where are the specs? There's no specs or anything. Yeah, that kind of sucks that it's not open, and we obviously can't get to it. What else do we got here? Niro EVs getting a bit long in tooth. I find the Niro. We have the EV9. Again, still one we haven't featured on the channel, so hopefully we could get a press car today, but they don't have much in their press fleet anymore in Montreal, I believe. That's the EV9 GT. That's the EV9 GT. That's cool. More EV9s. These are selling well. There's a lot of these here for sale. Let's go over and see what is happening at Stellantis, or whatever they're called these days. So this is the new Jeep Wagoneer S. We'll do a featurette on this one for sure. It's on my featurette list. Just launched Wagoneer S. We got this $90,000 Jeep 4xe Willys thing. We'll come over here. Feels like I'm in a rental car parking lot. Careful, I don't want to get banned even before it got started. Fiat 500e. This is the color I wanted to get mine in, but we settled on black. I think white looks much better. Classic 500 color. I don't think they have much left to sell of those in Canada from the initial allotment. Charger Daytona. We'll do a featurette on this as well. I mean, it's not priced bad for base price, but 108 grand as spec'd. Like, Scat Pack Plus Group, like, that's a lot of money for this car. I'm not too sure who this car is actually aimed at. So if you're familiar, Mercedes has their charging network in Europe and United States. Now they're launching one in Canada, and they'll be launching it with Alpitronic equipment, which is awesome. It will work properly, which is really good. They have their J3400 and obviously CCS. This is just a mock-up cabinet, and that's the charging site in Atlanta, Georgia. So in just a few minutes, they'll be giving their presentation on the charging network, and hopefully we could snag an interview and just ask some questions about placement and things like that. So we'll get into it here in a few moments with the presentation. Nissan, you have the area, but again, Nissan's lineup is looking a bit stale. So yeah, you have the area selling well here as well. There's a lot of these on the roads. They just had a leasing deal on them. VinFast, we'll go to VinFast after. We'll take a shortcut here through Nissan and go to Hyundai. Let's see what they're up to there. Probably the usual suspects. Yeah, usual suspects. So what do we have? Let's go see. We got the Ioniq 9. We have the Ioniq 9, and I'm going up on stage to go have a look at it. We'll probably do a featurette on this one as well. Doors are locked, pre-production model. I don't know why they do this. The doors are not locked. But again, super cool. We'll come and feature this one very soon, actually, once we're done filming this floor. No soft close. There we go. That took a while, didn't it? Updated. This should be the 25. Is this the updated one? No, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't. I don't know if this is the updated one with the native NAC sport, but it's off now, the car. Let's see what else we got here. Boy, this is really going off the deep end like I knew it would, giving the full show tour. Kona Electric, pretty entry-level one. I don't think we need to spend too much time on that. Ioniq 5. Again, I'd much rather have an Ioniq 5 over some of the other offerings in the EV performance area as this Santa Fe comes through. Again, another Polestar 4. Let's go have a look at Lucid. Lucid's the interesting one. I've been really wanting to feature a Lucid on the channel for quite a while now. We have your supercars here, usual collection. They don't interest me too much. The Lucid Airs are here. A Gravity. Here's the Gravity, hiding behind the wall. Super, super cool. Super, super cool. I think that's going to wrap it up for the first floor. We'll go check out VinFast, but I want to do a bit of filming here. What else we got here? So we have the Grenadiers, Jim Ratcliffe's vehicle, because somehow it's a worse old Land Rover Defender. We have Alfa Romeo, super, super cool brand. I just wish they would bring the Milano or Junior, whatever it's called, here to North America in EV trim. Subaru, kind of the same lineup for like the past forever. It's kind of like stuck in 2015. Solterra, don't need to waste too much time on the Solterra. But yeah, Subaru's just kind of stuck. But they have this e-Boxster hybrid, which I suspect is a lot of Toyota parts bin going on. But still cool, they're finally offering a Forester hybrid, and I believe they're offering a Outback hybrid as well. Let's see if we could find that. I could be wrong on that. Again, Solterra here, another Forester, but yeah, e-Boxster hybrid, that's pretty cool. I think we'll have one of these on the channel because hybrids still sell absolutely fantastic, and the Forester sells very well. So it's like Forester, hybrid. This is going to give the RAV4 and Mazda CX-50 hybrid a real run for its money. And quite frankly, I'd rather have the Subaru. The all-wheel drive system is much better in the Subaru than it is in that Mazda or in the Toyota product. But this is really, really cool. This is super cool. So we just got downstairs, and this is what I came to see. A Rivian R2 in the flesh, in real existence here. I think this is way cooler than anything else on display here right now. As you know, we're a huge fan of Rivians on the channel. I have my Rivian hat on. Really, really cool to see. But I'm happy I finally get to see the R2 in person. We have an R1S here as well. And hopefully one of these will be in our driveway very, very soon. I hope this will be in our driveway. I don't think it will fit in my garage. Let's have a look at the interior here. Super cool to see. Again, this is a pre-production version as well, because I believe the charge port is changing to the driver's side on the production model, because they do have Tesla supercharger access, as we know. So this is actually not unveiled yet. They'll be doing a whole presentation with this soon that we'll come back and film. What else do we got here? We have the usual supercar display from some private owner or a dealer. Nothing really too interesting in here. Or, well, actually, hold on. We have the Soleil concept and we have the Celestiq. So we could go down here and see those. Let's go down and see those. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Cadillac is absolutely just killing it on, here we'll go around this person. Cadillac is absolutely just killing it with designs lately. Something like this they should make. I don't know who they're going to sell it to, but someone would definitely buy it. Look how cool that looks. That is really stunning. I'm actually a bit, and you have the drinks cabinet in back as well. You have the cool drinks cabinet, because this is not a car you drive. This is something that you sail in. And we have the Celestiq as well, as we saw that was unveiled upstairs. So this is really, really cool to see as well. The Celestiq, I haven't seen one in person. I think they're going to start selling these in Canada soon. That's what they said. Let's go have a look here. Anything interesting? AMG GT black, no. SLS, SLR. I don't know. The SLR, I guess 20 years later, it's kind of getting it's finally getting the recognition it deserves. I find it looked too much like the SL at the time, so a lot of people just ended up buying the SL versus the SLR. But built by McLaren, completely carbon fiber. This is from the peak Ron Dennis era of McLaren. What else do we got here? Mercedes have become so collectible over the last few years. I remember you couldn't give some of these old cars away. I mean, obviously not the 300 SL Roadster, but a lot of the older Mercedes, you couldn't give those cars away, but now everyone wants them. F50, black F40, the usual suspects. We're not too interested in supercars. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of supercars in general. Old Ferrari or something, front engine V12 is more my thing. I think that's going to be it for down here. I don't really see anything else. I mean, Barrett Jackson, that's about it. Carrera GT, LFA. Yeah, so I think that's it for here. So now you join us at Audi House, and we have the Audi e-tron GT. This is a car that's been out for a few years already, been updated like the Taycan. We'll get back to it. There's someone in it now, but let's go on a little tour, see if we can find any EVs here at Audi. You always gotta love it. The Audi displays are always awesome. And here we go. We have Q6 e-tron, SQ6 e-tron, S6 e-tron. We have the new, actually the new A5 as well, and the Tribute. But these are selling, should be selling quite well here. They'll also equally be expensive. But SQ6 e-tron, that's my first time actually seeing one. I'm just gonna go drop off my bag over here. That's what sucks when you film these alone. You gotta lug all your stuff around. So this is the one I'm interested in here, the S6 e-tron. The SUVs, well, they're all kind of the same at the end of the day, but the S6 e-tron, I think, is going to be the closest version of what we're going to see to a proper European long-haul EV from Audi. Again, they didn't do the wagon version here, but I'm curious. Of course, it's probably locked right now, but this is a Euro spec car based on the mirrors, which are cameras, because those are not legal in Canada yet, and it's locked, so we can't even go inside. But this is actually a full Euro spec car because it has the cameras for mirrors, and it's also missing some of the lighting features are different on it. So this is a full-blown, full Euro spec S6 e-tron, and we have the SQ6 e-tron as well. This one's probably going to be locked as well. I don't know why they lock these cars up all the time. Yeah, this one's locked too, but that's a pretty nice interior. And they brought the R8 GT out. Let me go grab my bag. We'll go check out what else they got here at Audi. What else do they have here? As I play around with my microphone at work. So these are interesting. Then we have R8 GT. I did not know that they were still making this, but they might have found one they made from spare parts. Yeah, I think this one, 9 units in Canada. So yeah, maybe they found one, they built it out of the old spare parts. Then we got the Homage RS6, which is cool too. Yeah, so that's new SQ5, new A5 from Audi. Let's go check out that e-tron GT. It's kind of getting a bit long in tooth, that car now. Kind of getting a bit long in tooth, and the depreciation on them is apocalyptic. So that's a RS e-tron GT. I kind of feel bad for the person that buys that at that price, and it will immediately lose $200,000. But still a very, very cool car. Serious road tripper. But at this price point, I think I'd take a Taycan. And get one of these used. Actually, I would get a used Taycan as well. But very cool, very nice Audi display. Nice to see them back. We will continue Mini doesn't have anything electric except in my garage. For some reason, they don't sell their electric cars here. Oh yeah, because they're tariffed at 100%. So they do have a Countryman SE, but it's apocalyptically expensive, as we pointed out. And we have the usual suspects here, the Lego P1 next to a real P1. So this is it. This is the life cycle refresh BMW iX, or I would say iX LCI, finished in this beautiful matte paint. I do like matte finishes when they are done properly, and BMW is good. So this is the new iX, fully facelifted, a lot of new tech underneath. They've also done new styling on it as well. But for me, the biggest change comes in the form of this beautiful interior. Look how nice this interior is. I wish the lighting was much better. You could smell the leather. And also at the same time, we road tripped one of these in Europe and it was absolutely fantastic. So more range, a bit more power, a bit better looks, I find. And this one here is going for floor model 98,000. So 536 horsepower and up to 547 kilometers of range. I'll believe that when I see it. Probably around 200 kilowatt DC fast charging on it. Again, fully refreshed BMW iX. Then we'll move over to, actually, you know what? We'll go to the i4. Let's go to the i4. So this is the i4 M50. This just won Canadian EV of the Year from AJAC. Been on sale for a few years here already in Canada, but also getting quite popular and quite expensive. They do start at $58,000 for the eDrive 35, I believe. We'll check this one out here. Yeah, so this is i4 M50, displayed price $110,000, but big performance, big performance on it. Very well built. Let's have a look inside over here. Typical BMW, very similar to a 3 Series. Very similar to a 3 Series. I think we should get one and road trip it. But what's nice about this, and not many people know, is that this is actually a full liftgate in back. So it's a hatchback, which I think is the best part of the car. And it has the BMW laser lights. Again, a few different drive options. This is the most expensive one, fully kitted out. So now we come to the i5, electric 5 Series. i5, again, a few different trim options. We don't get the wagon here in North America. Europe gets a wagon version of this. We featured it in one of our videos from Fully Charged. Again, this one here, $117,000. Wow, some of these prices are really out there. I know BMW is not a cheap brand, but some of these prices, cars, we're actually getting crushed with exchange rates. So floor model is i5 M60. So this is the full performance one. And I'm pretty sure it has a bunch of options on it at that price. 593 horsepower, about 400 kilometers of range, which is not too great. But again, beautifully built, beautiful interior. I'm a huge BMW fanboy. I've had a lot of BMWs, and it's nice to see them back in the electric game, considering they're the ones that kickstarted everything so many years ago when we first went and reviewed the BMW i3 and BMW i8 at launch. That was so long ago. That was 11 years ago already. Now we come to the big boy, the i7. If you needed a perfect example of why you should electrify a car, this is the car here, because now it's completely silent and completely smooth. It's even better than what it was before. Pricing, there's no point. A car like this, you don't look at price. Probably upwards $200,000 in this spec. Let's just see. Floor model is $247,000, but this is i7 M70 fully loaded. These cars, there's no point looking up front because the real stuff is in the back. The real stuff here is in the back. Look how nice this is back here. And it does not have the screen actually that comes down, so I believe it's missing that. But super cool. You have these little screens back here in your doors. This is a very nice car, a very serious car, but I think I would take the Escalade at this price point. But again, super nice inside. Can't complain. Fully glass roof on here. This to me is what BMW has always done well, and a button to get out as well. So I think that's going to be it for the tour of the BMW lineup. They got something for everyone here at BMW, and they have the M display over there. But I really wish they sold the i5 in wagon trim here, but unfortunately they do not. But I do enjoy the iX. We road tripped in Europe. It was fantastic. Hopefully we'll do the same thing with the i5 coming up. That is going to be it for me from the Canadian International Auto Show. We're just outside now, filming next to this beautiful Rivian R1T, and there's the R1S behind us, and this Lucid Air. I hope you enjoyed watching. I think we covered everything on the EV side of things. There's going to be a few videos already posted or going to be posted apart from this massively long tour video. Great speaking with industry reps, made some friends, made some good contacts. Really fun time here. Everyone with EVs is all on the same page. Like I said, some really good conversations here, and sometimes it's just nice talking with people without filming them or having a camera in their face. It's much more personal, much more genuine. I know that's ironic as I film this for you to watch. Yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. And 2025 is shaping up to be a great year on this channel. So we'll see you in the next video, and bye from the 2025 Canadian International Auto Show here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.